Caught you. Watching that Korean drama.
It's not
Caught you.
Korean.
What is it?
Chinese.
I don't care. Get up. Today's the first day of homeschool. Get up. And we going to the African American History Museum.
I thought you said yesterday we didn't.
We're going today.
Right now?
Yep. Because the first day of homeschool, what we're going to learn about is your roots. Your roots. Before you can learn about anything else, you need to learn about your roots. Get dressed. This video is sponsored by Jif.
What's your doing today? You got homeschool by any chance? It looks weird like that. I hope for the first day of homeschool, we're going to the museum. Oh, I'm going to be so bored. That's my thing. You don't like the museum? No. Because when you go to the museum, you get tired. And then you fall asleep.
That's when you go to museums at school. I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna get tired and fall asleep.
Are we gonna eat the whole time? You said I'm gonna have fun, which means we're gonna eat the whole time.
No, that's not what that means. There you go, Isaiah, all done.
So you almost chose to
Okay, go ahead, you're done. So today is our official first day of what?
homeschool.
Yes, and Isaiah was so excited, aren't you, baby?
No, because we're going to the museum.
Today we're going to take a tour around LA of all the African American sites that we can visit today for our first day of homeschool. And lucky for us, today we have been sponsored by Jif Peanut Butter. So Jif is bringing back their awesome new program called Imagine If with Jif. The Imagine If with Jif program funds kids positive and entrepreneurial ideas to help them have a brighter future. So if you have an entrepreneurial idea and any other kids out there, you can submit your idea to Jif, and they're giving out 2 winning grants. And another $15,000 grant is going to go to a child just like you with a good idea. All you can do to enter the Imagine If with Jif contest is come up with a super creative idea, okay? That's going to help the world to be better, and you can submit it online.
But Mommy,
What?
Jif peanut butter has 7 grams of protein per serving. And it gives kids the energy they need to reach full potential.
Yes!
Jif peanut butter, like this ad.
So parents, if your kids have a creative idea that's going to help make the world a better place, go to jif.com/imagine-if. Enter the contest now through October 5th. We'll leave the links in the description below, and all the rules are available in the link so you guys can go check them out. Isaiah, do you have a creative idea that can help make the world a better place?
Yeah.
What?
Nut peanut butter. Peanut butter with nuts.
Peanut butter with nuts. We already have that. It's called crunchy peanut butter.
I'm done, Mommy.
Okay.
Ew. Can you rinse off your hands? That's not Thanks again, Jif, for sponsoring this video.
For the big kids, you guys have your binders. If you look at the first page of your binder, you'll see that you have a page for your Cornell notes, okay? So look, on the left-hand side, there are questions. As you go into the museum and you see the different exhibits, you're going to be asking yourself questions. Have you ever wondered something, like you've seen something and you had a question about it? I'm asking you guys, have you ever had a question about something that you've seen?
Yes.
Any question you have, it doesn't matter if you think it's insignificant, you write that down on the left-hand side. Like I'm looking in here and I'm wondering, what do those words mean on the wall? Okay, so I can write that down. And then on the right-hand side where it says notes, you find the answers to your questions. So that could be by reading some of the exhibits, by asking someone who's in the museum who might know, okay? Or by asking an adult. So I'm gonna be listening in, and as you ask your questions, I want you to listen to the questions that other people ask, because that might be a question on your quiz, okay?
Great. One more thing. Do you know why we're at the African American History Museum today? Or museum today?
What, for a trip to the first day of school?
Why are we at here on the first day of school?
Because it's homeschool.
First we need to learn about ourselves.
Our roots.
Our roots before we learn about anything else.
Right.
There you go.
And why is that important?
Because we are
The roots of it.
Well, let me ask you a question. What's the purpose of the roots of a tree?
So sturdy it to make it sturdy.
Yeah,
so
it keeps it in the ground, right?
grounded.
Think about those trees right now in North Carolina where the hurricane is coming through. What trees do you think will survive? The trees with the deep roots, or the trees that just have little bitty roots?
The tree with the deep roots.
Exactly.
Right. So we're gonna survive if we know about our roots.
Exactly. There you go.
Why are there writings on the walls?
So Azayo asked a great question. She said, why is there writing on the wall? And what does it mean? Anybody have any guesses just by taking a look at some of the...
Poetry.
She told me.
What else?
It's movies.
These are the names of old films. And the artist is bringing attention to either black people in films or the lack of black people in those films, okay? And so you see how that's kind of like black and there's like little shading, the words are in white and it's shading like that. So do you know when you erase a chalkboard, what happens?
It like smears?
Yeah, it gets smeared. So these exhibits here, this is an African American museum, and so there might be some African pieces, but they're focusing, a few of them that we're gonna see deal with civil rights and things like that. That is not where Black history begins. Make sure you have this, okay? That is not where our history begins. Our history doesn't begin in 1963 or 1492 or 1607, okay? Our history begins way before anything you're gonna see in this museum, okay? But this museum focuses on the history of black people in America, okay?
Exhibit that all of the pictures that were by Robert, whatever his last name is, everything but their feet show in the pictures. So I don't know why he doesn't show the feet, and the only color that he uses on the picture is red, like the only like actual color. Like he uses red and black and like a light black, I guess. Those are like the only colors he uses. There was this cap that was a baseball cap, and then on the inside was gold leaves. And then there's a thinking cap, and it's supposed to like light, not actually like light up in the inside, but like when he puts it on, or when someone puts it on, it like helps them think. And devotion are connected to spirituality or divinity, and multi.
Do you know what you're talking about right now?
No.
You don't know what you're talking about stuff. Okay.
I have a lot of questions. Like in one of the pictures, Robert Thomas drew people in different colors. Like what is the kid thinking about in one of the photos? One of the statues was like, it was higher than the other ones, than all the other paintings and everything else. And I was wondering, if it's higher, does that mean like the person was more important? Or like, is he better than everyone else? The summary of this exhibit was to tell others and let others know in a subtle way that Jesus is the Savior. And that also, my favorite piece was Lift Every Voice, and that's the Black national anthem. And it was like kind of like an instrument, so I was wondering, like, probably was that the instrument that they played with it, like how we mostly think of like a band or the trumpet when we sing our national anthem. Was that like, yeah, that's it.
I had two favorite pieces. The one that's like right there when you walk in, and then the one with the two girls.
Why was it your favorite piece? Did you like the way it looked?
Yeah.
Did you like that they had a tattoo on the back? Yeah, I like those things too.
Guess what?
What?
But I'm gonna have tattoos.
You're gonna have tattoos. Did you get that from the exhibit?
Yeah.
Okay, so great. Let's go. Time to go. Off to the next
I'm
thing.
gonna color my hair.
6, 7, 8.
Booty, booty. Booty, booty. Booty, booty. Booty, booty. Okay. Booty, booty. Booty. I don't have any breath left. Okay, ready? Set. Booty, booty. ASMR challenge.
Beatbox, Joe.
I don't have any beats in
Say
me,
booty,
Elena.
booty.
He's gonna do it.
He's saying something.
Right.
Mom. I'm not Kylie.
So we came all the way out here to the African American Cultural Center. They said they were open until 5. It's 4:12 and it's locked. So I guess we're just gonna go get soul food or something.
It better be open and it better be good. Oh, they got 725 reviews. Wait,
What's it called?
Dylan's Soul Food.
Dylan Soul Food. Let's go. It should be black owned. Why not? It better
It's
be.
in Crenshaw. It better be.
Let's go, cause I'm hungry.
It look good.
As long as they cook
Oh,
collards.
it look good. My diet's about to be shot. Smothered chicken muffins, mac and cheese. Oh yeah. Come on, B-Way. You can come on. Left, right, and left again. Good, girl. He's so smooth.
Looking down.
Thank you. Who has the keys? I see you next time. Stop. Okay, guys, so listen. This mural starts off, it says in the beginning. So this actually travels through time. We start in the beginning from, remember I told you that our history doesn't start when we came to America? Right? So this mural is kind of like a good teaching moment because it teaches us artistically how African Americans came to be, okay? Okay, does anyone know what these are?
Shells, like the little shells that go in your brain.
Yes, they're called cowrie shells, right? And we still put them on our braids today, right? These originated in the motherland. So you see we still have connections to there. Let's keep going. You did have cowrie shells. I'm not sure, let's see. I think that's part of this woman. This maybe represents Mama Africa or something. Oh, look, guys. You can see this woman
And
her hair. You're in dreadlocks. Red, black, and green. They keep showing that. What does that represent?
African flag colors.
African American flag colors. That's right. Let's keep going.
What did she do?
She's glowing spirits
And
hope. She's blowing up the dove, which is spirit and hope.
Yeah. Anyone recognize this?
The pyramids of Egypt.
Yeah, it could be the pyramids of
Pyramids. It's just pyramids.
It could be the pyramids of Egypt. It could be the pyramids of lots of different places.
Or ancient chemists.
what does that say? That's an A if you can see.
And look, we see that red, black, and green again on the man's necklace, right?
What do these men look like they're doing?
They're building.
Yeah, they're building. They're
Building
for civilization. What animal is that, Ashadai?
A rhino.
A rhino. What else do you see?
An elephant. Zebra.
And a lion, yes.
Other people look, it's African American.
Well, they're not African Americans yet, but you're right. Right now, they're still, they wouldn't even call themselves African at this time. They would refer to themselves by their people or their tribe or their group. And we see them on drums. And look,
They just have
yeah, they have cloths. It's very, very hot where we are from. And this is a whole civilization right here. And what you're starting to see is that there's a lot of trade going on. So in ancient Africa, were there buildings?
No.
Yes. Yeah. That's a cross. Or a lot of people think, oh, there wasn't really much in Africa. But there actually was, and that's what these artists are trying to teach people their history, that there was lots of civilization in Africa before Europeans. And take a look right here. This almost looks like some architecture from, does anyone remember that country when we were talking about the mud houses?
No, I thought you were talking about my book.
No. What book?
I was just thinking about Roll Up Thunder Here in My Cry because they had those things just put into a bowl.
Oh, it looks similar to something in Roll Up Thunder Here in My Cry? Remember from last year, Black History Month, we built those terracotta statues? So this might be terracotta. We're starting to see, like Akai was noticing, we're starting to see some violence here. Not that there wasn't violence beforehand, but you're gonna notice this civilization is all flowing into what right here?
A boat?
A giant boat. Okay. So this part represents Africans being taken from our homeland and going over to America. So this, you're gonna see the slave ship journey.
What does it say? You guys see a word here?
Slave.
No, that's not what it says. What's the word say? You might have to step back.
State?
No. Stolen. Stolen.
I couldn't even
Stolen! I see it now.
See it? Stolen.
S-T-O-L-E-N.
Why does it say? Okay, Kylie, what was your question?
Are those little like line things, like paddle things, the paddles, and are like the Africans moving them or just people?
You know what? That's a good question. I wonder if the Africans were used as labor on the slave ships. I'm not sure, but this is a slave ship. So they're showing the Africans being moved to America. And you all are exactly right. That graffiti says stolen, and it's because the people were stolen from their homeland.
Yeah, and when they were sleeping, they were stuck in chains together.
That's
They were
right.
sleeping in chains. And these are the people walking.
Alena, your mommy and I were talking about this earlier. Take a look at this. It's so tragic. Look at your mommy right now holding her baby. Look at me holding my baby. And what do you see is happening here?
He's taking the baby away from them.
Yes. So this is a slave auction, right? Or what if they're, yeah, you see these people? Once they arrived in America, the slaves would have to be sold, right? And so it looks like somebody bought these two. They didn't want to buy a baby. Can a baby do any work? No. So the baby is literally ripped from the hands of the mother. Can you believe that right now? Someone taking your baby out of your hands. Nothing you can do about it. I cannot imagine. I can hold your baby tight tonight. I cannot imagine. No, seriously. Seriously. Never to see them again. Tragic. Very tragic. And this is how the breakup of our family started. Now we're going to see that slaves were used not just for labor such as picking cotton, but as like skilled, they were skilled laborers. So they built a lot of the railroads.
Like John Henry did.
Exactly. Good job, Kylie. That comes a little bit later, but yeah, they would be skilled workers building architecture and things like that. Remember we went to that slave plantation in Maryland?
Yes.
By Maya School? And we saw that slaves built a lot of that? Let's keep going. All right, this represents the journey to freedom now, okay? So these people are fighting for freedom. What does it say there? Where's that from?
Don't touch
The Constitution, the United States Constitution. So even though the Constitution says everyone was equal, were we really equal?
No.
No, so these are some people, famous abolitionists here who helped to get our people freedom, okay? And right now you don't recognize this face probably, but you will soon, okay? Go ahead, Maya! Say it again, Maya! Good job. Showing the black troops who served to help us fight for our freedom and America's freedom. But a lot of these people,
Michael Jordan.
Could be. They're just showing us people who have paved the way for equality. How about this? Who is this?
Is it I meant Malcolm X. That's who I meant. That's what
That's what Appa
I
said.
keep saying Muhammad Ali.
That's what Appa said.
And who is this right here? Who is this?
I don't know.
I told you guys earlier when we walked. Wait, Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey. So you guys know what these people are doing in the background, who are in shadows.
Black Lives Matter and saying.
Right, they're protesting just like we protest, right?
Yes.
And what's this thing right here? Everybody should know what this is.
That's what the Washington
Monument in D.C. More protests. And then who was?
Black Panthers. These are us.
Yes.
We're the Black Panthers.
So
Connecting with white people.
when did music and dance? I mean, now it's like music and dance. Where did that translate from protesting?
I think that they're just showing kind of like a renaissance almost, or it could also be symbolizing like a break from slavery, right, and protest, and now we're able to focus on other things in a larger, not that we weren't dancing and anything like that before, but I guess
like showing freedom of expression, and then from there protesting into like protesting groups or gangs, and then going into different genres of like expressionism.
I think that's a really good assessment. And I also feel like you made me think that it's also showing dance and art as a form of protest, which a lot of our dance is. Like stomping is a form of protest dance. Because I can hear there's more music.
There's Amaya, kind of for me, studying in her room. Right?
Study?
Okay, don't worry.
I see the Hollywood sign. It's really hard to study out here.
Oh, this is our wonderful future. But you know what I love about this? This is so futuristic, but what does this remind you of? Egypt, the past, Kemet, right? It reminds you of our black past. So the black future is our black past. Whoa! You gotta know your history in order to go to